What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another one. I had to repair a flat tire on my trailer. Um, wasn't too bad. It's just these air hoses are always too short. I really should go to Walmart and buy a longer one, but whatever. You do what you got to do, right? I just disconnected from the tractor or the trailer and just parked next to my trailer and aired it up. Luckily, it's in the middle of the day, so it's not too busy. I don't feel like as much of an asshole, but definitely shitty. So I got to find a better way to do that. But anyway, so I watched Allison Martin's next video that they made, and again, I told you guys I was gonna just be reacting to everything like Tommy. You know, they thought it was funny when Tommy did it, right? It's not slander. I'm not bothering them, right? They just don't have to watch, right? That's what Tommy always said. Oh, if you're mad, it's because it's the truth, right, Tommy? But they started out their video with a real doozy, right? Alice, who proclaims herself to be the boss in the video, you know, the narcissist that she is. And she spills diesel fuel all over a fucking fuel island, right? And then walks inside with her smug ass, says, I'm going to go see if these guys will clean this up. How about you fucking clean it up? You're a big-time business owner, but you don't know how to clean up your own mess. You got to go inside and make the service workers take care of you like a child, right? You're just too entitled to fucking dump kitty litter on the ground, help them out, right? I'm going to go inside and make them fucking clean it up. Alice is 100% that bitch that'll break a bunch of shit at a grocery store and then be going to the management like, you need to clean this up. And it's like, well, you fucking broke all of it. Yeah, but I don't work here, so it's your fucking problem. That's Alice, 100%. Right? And you'll see based on how she behaves that it's true. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Sorry, I was looking at something. So yeah, she does that. Then films herself in the truck stop bathroom. That's always wonderful. Climb into the truck, guys. I'm probably just gonna put that tire so you don't have to see me moving the camera around and shit. I know that's disorientating, but who knows? Who knows what I'm gonna do, guys? Now I gotta rehook to my trailer. Again, you do what you gotta do, guys. Let's see what's going on here. So Alice goes and does another one of her shower videos, riveting content. What my perception of Alice is, she's trying so hard, she wants so badly to be that cute internet girl, like the Twitch streamer girl wearing the cat ears that all the men fawn over. Oh, okay. They're doing construction. I heard that noise. I was like, what the fuck is that noise, So she goes, does her little fucking truck stop bathroom video like normal. And, oh, it's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I was way off backing up. That's what I get for multitasking, guys. I'm not a multitasker. Definitely fucking caveman brain. We got it. We got it. But they She 100% wants to be that fucking e-girl, just, but it's like you're a 40-something-year-old woman. Um, I don't want to be too hyperbolic, right? I'm not going to say she's like horrendous or anything, but like she's not like hyper attractive like she thinks she is, and that's the way she portrays herself. It's kind of cringy, and sad. It's sad to see somebody that just has a perception of themselves that no one else. Oh, motherfucker! I'm filming in the wrong mode. God damn it! I'm not fixing it. Guys. I'm gonna leave it. Put this down. But she 100% feels that way, right? And then so she goes and destroys the truck stop, right? Spills fuel all over their parking lot, makes them, fucking clean it up, and then goes in and takes up a shower forever because she has to film herself in there, right? Anytime you're in a truck stop, guys, and you're sitting there and you're watching that you're next in line shit, and it just never moves, it's because people like TC Boggs and Alice Jez are in the fucking bathroom filming themselves instead of just doing it in their truck, out of everybody's way, right? And I'm out of everybody's way. I reconnected to my trailer, so I'm not blocking a second spot. So nice try, Tommy, right, Mr. Nitpicker. But then Martin is driving down the road, and the master mechanic, like the guy who just has the best equipment ever, right? 700 horsepower, 40 pounds of boost, woo, right? Blows a tire, which isn't uncommon, right? Shit happens, right? But then he pulls a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, walks back there and goes, "This has never happened in all my years. I have never blown a virgin tire before. Not one time in all my years have I ever blown a virgin tire like that before." And I'm like, yeah, and The Rock hasn't had fucking In-N-Out before. Like, these are the lying ass motherfuckers that we're dealing with. I'm gonna go hook up my trailer here, but you just sit here and listen to me talk and stare at my empty truck, or maybe I'll put pictures up if I'm not lazy. So, he blows a tire, and then he turns it into a huge fucking drama production, right? Like, I can't do anything. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Oh my goodness. Whatever will I do? And then proceeds to park at a scale and have a road call for a $700 fucking tire, which, I mean, good on you, I guess. Fucking, you want to spend that much money? Maybe that's why you guys are losing money. It's not elite podcasts because you guys don't know how to fucking budget, right? You could just drive that fucking truck. Let me just make sure I didn't leave a gap before I crank that landing gear all the way up. I don't know. Let me check the other side. But he could have just limped that shit up to a TA. I mean, he's on the 80 in Wyoming. TA, Loves, whatever. You're telling me these guys don't have an account? I have a fucking account, and I don't have 6 trucks. And I can get a tire from a TA with installation for like $420, maybe $450, right? But this dude pays $700 for a road call. I mean, this is Jason Pote levels of stupidity, guys. Think about that. You got all those trucks, but you don't know how to save money. But you're blaming Elite Podcast, and I guess me and whoever else now, for your failures as a business owner? How much fuel did your wife waste on the ground in that truck stop that she didn't fucking, that she paid for, that she didn't clean up? That's a waste of fucking money. Right? Having a 700 horsepower truck with 40 pounds of boost to haul a 30,000 pound fucking frozen load is a waste of fucking money. Right? But you don't have to worry about that, do you, Martin? Because you don't do the bills. The boss does the bills. Wifey does the bills. You just get to play truck driver and not have any fucking responsibility. I mean, your name ain't even on any of the businesses. Pretty telling. So I don't know, guys. I'm no business guru, But I know the worst thing you can do in trucking, especially now with the rates the way they are, is waste money. Ugh. Back in the saddle. Back in the saddle. I have to sweep this trailer out, and I usually use a bucket and a trash bag so I don't get shit all over the fucking floor in the truck stop. But I like to park in like a back spot towards the end because people watch you, right? Because they think you're going to make a mess, and it's like I hate it when people are just like staring me down for no reason. And it's like I'm not dumping it on the floor, I'm putting it in a bucket. Unlike Alice, I don't leave all my shit on the ground at the pumps for the poor service station workers to clean up, right? Where the hell's Tommy? This is prime shit for Tommy to nitpick, right? If it was Gentry, if it was Steve, if it was just trucking that was spilling fuel in the fuel island and dumping fucking blowing tires on the road and then acting like it's a fucking crisis, like you can't just limp up to a TA or a Love's and get a $400 tire on, right? Tommy'd be all over that shit, but he's silent, right? So he lets his friends do whatever they want, but he'll criticize people he don't like, right? So that makes Tommy as big a hypocrite as he calls everybody else. These guys' true colors are coming out, man. These guys' true colors are coming out, right? Steve makes a video where he shows compassion for another human being, right? And I have people in my comments saying, well, he didn't pay his taxes, so he couldn't have bought that house. First of all, most of you wouldn't know he didn't pay his taxes if I didn't say that he didn't pay his taxes. So, you know, I'm very well aware of the tax situation. Secondly, as many of you may or may not know, I don't agree with taxes. I think we should abolish them for tariffs because they're not spending our tax dollars on anything that benefits us, right? They give it all to illegal aliens. But that's not what this channel is, right? It's not a political channel. But, so I really don't give a shit if Steve pays his taxes or not. And if he gets away with it, more power to him, right? And in the live feed where he was talking about the house that you guys are so upset that he shouldn't have, he said the buyer, right? Why would he word it like that if he was the buyer, right? Why wouldn't he just say me, I said, me, my house, right? He said the buyer. So seeing as how Steve would put his family drama on YouTube, police reports and all, he doesn't seem like a guy who lies about a lot of shit now, does he? Right? So does he have some tax problems? Yeah, he does. But he's still got a fucking house and land, right? I don't have a house and land, and I don't have tax problems. Well, according to Martin, I do, but mine are a lot less than Steve, man. Still waiting on that $335, Martin. So we got Tommy. He won't call out the bullshit that he calls out everyone else on because Alice and Martin are his friends, right? So he plays favoritism, right? He willfully ignores issues that he would call others on, right? So he's a hypocrite. We have Alice, just an entitled fucking brat in a grown woman's body, just walking around being a fucking Karen, right? And then we have Martin, the super mechanic, who can't figure out how to get a tire on his truck without calling another guy to put the tire on and then disparage the other guy. Oh, I didn't like his air jack, guys. Shit, it wasn't as good as mine back in my shop. Then drive the fucking truck back to your shop, you whiny little shit. God, these people annoy the fuck out of me, dude. They are so entitled and whiny and shitty, and it's like, is that how you become successful? Is to just be a fucking piece of shit? You know what I mean? Like, is that what I have to do? Should I just go spill 40 gallons of fuel in the truck stop right now and be like, go clean that shit up, bitch, and then I'll get a bunch of trucks and a fucking dedicated account? Like, is that what it has to be? Right? I guess the saying that nice guys finish last is true because, you know, I may not be the best person on the planet, but I try not to be a burden on others, you know? I mean, except for my taxes, Martin, right? Still waiting on that $335. But I try not to be a burden on others. I try not to be too entitled, right? You know, I mean, I'm guilty of it. You know, sometimes I'm whiny. But that might just be bias because, you know, my wife is the one who says I'm whiny. But apparently in order for me to be successful, I have to be an entitled, hypocritical, whiny asshole who can't handle any kind of constructive criticism, right? I've been driving for almost 16 years, right? I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, right? And there's still stuff that I learn every day, right? If there's something out there that somebody can teach me that's valuable, I don't go, hey, I've been driving for longer than you, all right? Like, I know better, right? I'm not that guy and I never have been. If there's something that I can learn, I'm gonna fucking absorb that information, right? Like, knowledge is power. But apparently that's not how you get ahead, right? You don't get ahead by learning and gaining experience and making connections and surrounding yourself with good people, right? Apparently success is being an entitled piece of shit who lavishes in the cult-like followers that they've attained on social media, right? Apparently that is success today. And I'll be honest, guys, I don't know if I could do it, right? I have a conscience to an extent, right? I didn't go after bumbles like Tommy did. So I have a conscience, right? That whole Charlie Kirk thing, right? That set me down. I apologize to people. I'm like, I got to do something. We all got to do better, because I have a conscience, right? Ultimately, it didn't work out because obviously, like I said, what am I going to do? I'm going to save the world as one person? No. But I can annoy the fuck out of some YouTube truckers. And again, I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just reacting to content, right? Like Tommy. So there's nothing wrong with that. But he'll tell you that there is. But I don't know. There might be more to this video because I got to go clean some shit out of my trailer for my next pickup. You think Alice sweeps trailers? You think Alice sweeps trailers? I bet you what she does is she'll stop at a truck stop and one of her guys that drives for her will do it for her. Just sit with that for a minute, right? And then something else I thought was funny. I don't know if I mentioned in my other video, but when FSC first introduced us to Chris, he said, hey, Chris is kind of camera shy. He doesn't really want to be on camera. I'm going to respect that. I'm not going to film him all the time. So, he may not always be on camera, but he's here, right? Like, that was Steve that said that. And then Alice will put that fucker on camera any chance she gets, right? Climb right up in his truck, invade his privacy and shit, right? No respect for that man's privacy. But that's Alice, right? Alice can do whatever the fuck she wants. And there's nothing anybody can do about it in her head, right? And to be perfectly honest, guys, it's kind of sick, right? It's kind of sick, like the sickness that she has. Excuse me. That's what I get for drinking those zero sugar sodas. But I don't know, guys. Like, I know we toss like a lot of these psychological terms around a lot. We talk about projection, narcissism, things like that. It gets tossed around a lot. But I really feel like you see it more and more and more. And I don't know if it has to be a social media thing, right? It's got to be something with social media. But these people are sick, right? They're sick. You could just see it in their behavior, right? And then, of course, like I said, there's people that just don't see it for what it is, right? They're not going to ever see their heroes as the villain. And that's fine. Like, those people are going to be who they're going to be. And it's not their fault, honestly, right? It's, it is that cult of personality that some of these YouTubers get, and like, even me, like, I'm probably guilty. There's probably people that are watching me where if I do something really fucked up, they'll still support me. You know what I mean? It's just the reality, right? If you like someone, it's the way it's going to go, right? But sometimes you got to put that aside, right? You got to put that aside to do the right thing, right? You got to call people on some shit, right? But that's called constructive criticism, right? Like Tommy's supposedly all about that, but he's not going to help his friends. He's not going to be like, hey guys, you're my friends. I'm saying this with all due respect. No, he doesn't ever approach them, right? Oh, but he'll shit all over just trucking, right? Because he's a goofball. All right, which also furthers the rumor that Tommy is driving under Allison Martin's authority, because he just happens to be everywhere they go, right? Like he's in Kansas City, Martin was on his way to Kansas City, or Alice, somebody said they were going to Kansas City, right? Just like how convenient, right? But you guys don't work together, right? But I don't know, guys. These are some fucking dirtbag ass motherfuckers, and they're finally getting some accountability, and they're fucking breaking down, right? Steve got some shit. What did Steve do? Nothing. He ignored it, right? Hired a lawyer for the serious shit. Never once made a drama video. Acted like an adult, right? Good on you, Steve. What did Tim do, right? Tim was like, whoa. He reached out, said, hey guys, you're saying these things, here's my side of the story, like I'm going to tackle this head on. I'm not going to hide from it. Some of the stuff is true, some of the stuff is not, some of it's true but twisted. He explained himself, right? He faced that shit head on like a man. Are there some things that he did that were kind of shady, maybe dirty? Yeah, infidelity with the wife, stuff like that, but I mean, he faced it, right? And they're still together, so that's their business. But what happened when Alice and Martin got the same treatment that they were expecting of everybody else, right? They lost their fucking minds. Couldn't handle it at all, not one bit. And it's just telling who they are as people. I'm going to have to go somewhere else, guys, because I just can't bring myself to do it. It feels wrong, so I'm going to go somewhere else to sweep. But these are the supposed big time YouTuber buddies. This is a nice looking Freightliner Classic. It's like a burnt orange color. I'm a Freightliner Classic guy now because I'm in one. Now that I drive one, they're the best trucks ever made. I feel like my content is better than Alice and Martin's. So like, should I just do what they do? Just walk through fucking truck stop parking lots and just giggle at shit. The hood sticks out longer than the other trucks. That's Alice. I mean, this is content. Where are you, Tommy? We need you. Why aren't you nitpicking them? He's got the cool rims and like the little hood air dam that the old classic trucks used to have. But these supposedly super successful people, right? They got guys, right? They got guys that work for them, right? They got multiple trucks. They got a dedicated customer who supposedly watches their channel, but from what I can see, they fucking work. They're delivering to Cisco. So I'm like, is Cisco, like the CEO of Cisco, just watches Alice and Martin? Right? Like, I don't know. It just seems kind of odd. I don't think he does. Spoiler. There was no boogers. I just itched my nose, you sick fucks. But I don't know, guys. These people are acting weird. Definitely weird. Embarrassing on top of that. Embarrassing and weird. But who knows, guys? Hey, question for the YouTube lawyers. Is it legal to just put mud flaps at the back of your trailer? Like not attached to the tandem, just like at the back of the trailer, so if your tires are slid forward, the mud flaps aren't in front of the tires? I don't know if that's legal. Because I've thought about doing that, like just have them back there so if you do blow a tire like Martin, it doesn't destroy your mud flap. Because I will admit, guys, that is fucking annoying, right? It costs you money. I'm gonna have to do a shake and bake. We made it, guys. We shook and book baked. I don't know, but these big time YouTubers are sure in a fucking twisted panty wad for being like so fucking secure and successful, right? Definitely seems off if you ask me. Just my personal opinion, but see if I can get in here. This is a weird entrance, but got some Fuel Island chaos. See if I can. Let's see if I can squeeze them through. You just have to believe me because you're looking at me and not what I'm doing. Letting the peoples cross, guys. Letting the peoples cross. But I don't know, guys. I mean, I was hoping that people, like everybody, is open to redemption, right? I mean, forgiveness exists for a reason, right? Like being a better person exists for a reason. But it's like I feel like some people just can't be helped, right? They don't want the help. They don't want to admit that there's anything wrong with themselves. They don't want to fucking take accountability, right? Which I mean, I get it, right? Accountability is shitty. It sucks. But you know, I mean, we all have to face it, right? I've had to face it before, like, and it won't be the last time. I'm sure I'm gonna fuck up at some point again, right? It just is what it is. But the difference is like if somebody can give me some good advice, um, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Um, but it's like everybody wraps their advice in. I guess it's not even advice, right? It's just nobody gives advice anymore. They just insult you. Or they nitpick like Tommy, but they have no solutions, right? Like Tommy will nitpick the shit out of everybody, but he really has no solutions, right? I guess if you want to be a fucking uh, a single dude in almost 50 with no children, right? Well, maybe, right? I said he had no biological kids, and he said the things you don't know. Ha ha! And I was like, so what are you implying? That you do have biological kids and you just abandon them? Like, that's not a flex, Tommy. But I don't know. But he definitely laughed about it. But I don't know, guys. We're going to see about these people. This won't be the end of it, I'm sure. But anyway, I got to sweep this fucking trailer out and get to work. Um, Unlike Allison Martin, like, I don't understand how you're an owner-operator, but you just have time to fuck around all day. Most of us, Most of us drivers out here, we got to work, right? Owner, operator, company driver, whatever. You got to work. Like, you got shit to do. But anyway, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Hey, self-made. If you like conversations like this one, be sure to like and subscribe.